Day 3. I've just left my motel and I'm looking forward to the day. The day was a gift and had all the ingredients of adventure, and I wasn't to know to what degree, and would end with an awesome surprise and pleasure. I didn't get away from Hanmer Springs until 11 AM because of drama with my gear. Murphy's Law struck again, but hey, I'm not going to talk about that right now. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression, and Day 3 was off to a flying start. Hanmer Springs has an air of excitement about it, which I find enchanting, and with the sun shining, I couldn't think of a nicer place to be. After I filled up the little red thing, I headed out of Hanmer with high expectations, but not before taking a last look back to where I had come down from Jackson's Pass the day before, in Arctic conditions looking like a wet shag. I wouldn't have it any other way. I've lived in places where every day was cloudless for 6 months of the year, and believe it, it's boring. I have enjoyed some interesting conversations right here, and the scenery gets me every time. That's the Waiau River you'd follow if riding to the Lewis Pass on the way to Reefton on the west coast. A stunning ride. From this bridge, it's 21 kilometres to the Waiau turn-off onto the inland Kaikoura road, and another 17 kilometres to Waiau Bridge and town. The Waiau River, which is usually a braided river, was one brown, fast-flowing challenge to any jet boat. I enjoyed a pie for breakfast at Waiau because I forgot to have breakfast because of the concern getting plastic bags and paper towels for the problem with my giant loop. The inland road to Kaikoura is one of my all-time favourite roads, and 50 kilometres further on is where I cross the seaward Kaikoura ranges to get to the Clarence River Reserve. I've been looking forward to this particular destination big time. Meantime, for those that enjoy a bit of hurry, this is the road. The rain I copped coming down from Picton must have been part of the storm that lashed the top of the South Island's east coast, and plenty of it by the look of all the rivers I've seen so far. This is why the inland Kaikoura road is one of my favourites. I was thoroughly enjoying the little 300. Even with aggressive off-road tyres, I could still hit the corners fast enough to get my jollies. In fact, it's quicker around the tight stuff than the Africa Twin. snow, fresh snow. Thought it was cooler. Well, that's where I wanted to go, and they've had too much rain and there's a fair bit of snow up the tops. Not that I'm going near that. I was going over a saddle down to the Clarence River, and the water that was coming out of there to get to the start of the track wasn't a goer. This is the south of Kaikoura part of the sea highway, and it'll go inland somewhere over there, and there will be no more of it. Not for us, but it is a lovely coastline. And north of Kaikoura, the seal colonies. So I'm glad I didn't have to go past that, but oh, geez, they pong. But it's nice to watch all the young seals frolicking in the surf and all that sort of thing. But I showed a video of that when I, back in 2019, I think it was, just before COVID. I did a whole series and I covered everything I've done today, and you can check that out. Anyway, it's time to press on to Cheviot. I love being by the sea on a day like this. It's pretty hard to beat. I'm looking at the effect yesterday's storm has on the sea. Amazing. Of the 6 provinces in New Zealand's South Island, Canterbury is the biggest with the most rivers, and most of the Southern Alps for that matter. While at Cheviot, I decided my chosen route would take me across the Lowry Peaks Range to Culverden on the Kaikoura Road. From Culverden via Horsley down to the Hurunui headwaters is 86 kilometres. And right now we have 18 kilometres to Atherton Road down State Highway 1. That'll take us through to where I want to go. Yep, we're on the right track. We're actually following the Hurunui River for the first 3 kilometres before turning right into Kaikoura Road. No doubt that's the stream flowing down through the valley I'm travelling, so for sure there will be more forwards. Oh crap, my GoPro's playing silly buggers again. The deepest ford ever. I sat there weighing the facts and came to the conclusion it wasn't stony. But bloody hell, I got a surprise. I estimate it was 600 to 700 mil deep and the bike didn't miss a beat. Phew, I wasn't expecting that. This is like having stepped through a shimmering time field, and this is on the other side. One is in the moment big time. This is soul food, and we haven't started yet. What I like about rackless luggage is 90% of it is in front of the back axle, which makes a huge difference to stability at high speed and low speed manoeuvrability and steep uphill. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's all right. I didn't realise how much flat country is hidden down there, or what those plains are called for that matter. They run north of Waiau, 60 kilometres south past Mason's Flat. There's a lot of farmland and straight roads. The Hurunui River goes right up to the Southern Alps. It jacks up the excitement levels looking way over there. It's 4:45. And I have just fueled up at Culverton after coming out over those mountains over there, and hopefully I can get to the first hut, if this is right, in the Hurunui River Valley. Now you're looking at the Southern Alps. The old saying, big things have little beginnings. I guess foothills come into that category. More love, not. Sometimes it's for cars. There's a lot of tramping and lakes and stuff up here. So there's got to be a good reason that's closed, but I want to know what it is. Quite peeved off the camera view you viewers have to endure. The camera view should be higher so you're not seeing so much of the cockpit, and for that I apologise. I can't do anything about it at the moment. I have a problem. It's called Murphy's Law. That's where the Hurunui North Branch meets the South Branch. Well, this is an amazing place. I'm looking for permission. I won't go in without it, but I want to see someone. What are you up to?
I was tying the dogs up.
You're going to be mustering, are you, tomorrow? Yeah, Ben's fill me in what's going on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll come out tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah. Whereabouts are you starting? Deep Creek?
What the hell's the name? I've got it in my head. It's about 2 huts up. I ended up having an interesting conversation to Ben, and he was happy for me to give a donation for beers for the boys. I didn't mind and gave him $25. We poured over our phone maps and we agreed I would come out next morning because of his mustering agenda. With 30 kilometres of the unknown to the research hut in front of me, I felt like a little boy with candy. I was excited.
Oh, look at the paddock. Oh. More of the same.
Because I'm solo, I carry strong walking sneakers which take up a lot of precious luggage space, but at any time from anywhere I have to be prepared to walk out.
Hut number 1. I won't waste time at the moment, and daylight's getting to be a commodity. That's a good solid beach.
Well, 7 o'clock. Oh well. Should be another hut very soon.
Unbelievable. Hey! Fucking asshole.
The excitement gets me every time and it's hard to describe. To be in the Hurunui Valley accompanied by perfect weather, anticipating the thrill of unexplored territory, takes some beating.
Just saying that they're comfortable with bikers to sit on all day. It's got the same rubber that my CRF 1000's got, my Africa Twin. And although it feels very firm, I've been sitting on all day, I haven't had a sore bottom.
I've got a concept seat from the States and it's a no-brainer.
Quarter to 8. Anyone care for a bit of deer stalking? Get up into the tops up there with the binoculars during a roar. Ooh. Mind boggles. Yeah, so I see you're working for Department of Conservation.
I don't think that you should record it.
Okay, I'll turn it off.
Yeah,
I had to have a little bit of you though.
Yeah,
I get pig-headed at times. Ben, the manager, told me staying at the research hut wasn't an option, but I wanted to check it out before riding back downriver to find my hut, and I was willing to take the consequences because I had my tent with me, so not a problem. I met Kate just as she was about to drive up to the hut. We chatted for 10 minutes and then I followed her up to the hut for a quick look before heading back the 15 kilometres to Bush Camp Hut. The day has been a good one, and although I didn't get away from Hanmer Springs until 11 this morning, I've completed 340 kilometres on a bike that has been so much fun.
I'm going to show you something. I just happened to look right, just at the right time, when there was a faded grassy track up to here, but we'll have a look in the morning. There's the hut. What a beautiful sight, because it was basically dark when I pulled up here, and lovely fresh water and a moon to boot, full moon.
I was aware of the privilege I had been accorded. The manager summed me up and made his decision, and for that I'm grateful. I've hunted and tramped most of my life and have always felt comfortable in the wilderness. Maps have been a passion of mine since I was old enough to read, and to this day I never realised how much of the wilderness is private land in New Zealand. If a hut doesn't have a name, then there is 90% chance it's a private hut on private land. It's changed my awareness, and that's why I passed through the roadblock. I needed to look in the eye whoever it is that has the power to say yes or no. It is what it is, and I have to earn it. Thank you, Craig and Katrina. I appreciate being here.